Alright, welcome to the first episode of the Vibe Hour podcast. I'm your host Logan, and I'm here with my girlfriend Tara. So don't forget, grab yourself something cold to drink, grab yourself some snacks, and enjoy the vibe. Anyways, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling?
Pretty nervous my first time on a podcast, but I'm really excited. I think it's going to go really well.
Yeah, so this is our first episode. We don't really know what to expect, but I think it's going to be just really general conversations. The reason you guys clicked on the video, obviously, by the title, you know, where we're going to talk about dating advice, how we met, first day stories, first time stories, funny stories. We're going to try to make this entertaining for you, but we're also going to try to make some of it be motivational. I think those go hand in hand, as you can tell by our description of our podcast. So, yeah. So, how did we meet?
How didn't we meet?
How didn't we meet?
Well, a bit of context, we both work at Walmart. Mm-hmm. I know it's kind of sad. Before people flood the comments saying that's very sad. Yeah, like when I was working on, I guess we also both work in the same department in fashion, I'd say. And I was working on some stuff to put out onto the floor, and here comes this guy, Logan. Apparently, he just started working at Walmart after his orientation thing. That's what you had to do at Walmart. You had to have an orientation, then you start working on the floor. And then I was told to give him a tour of the place, and it was really bad. I unloaded a ton of information onto him, and he forgot most of it right.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, and then, you take it from here.
Alright, so now here's my point of view of everything. So, I just got hired at Walmart. I've worked at Walmarts before, just not in this department, so it was new. But I was just finished my training, because you had to do like online training about like customer service, all the codes, just typical stuff. How to do your job a little bit, but not really very that helpful. But anyways, our manager, our HR, I won't say the name, but our HR person was taking me out, and the person who was supposed to train me, the department manager, was sick that day. So that's how I got stuck with Tara.
You got stuck with me, okay? That's not the honor for you to call me that.
No, that was joking. But I'm just joking around. But she, so she dropped me off with Tara. Dropped me off. She left me with Tara.
Have a good day, buddy.
She left me with Tara, and Tara showed me around. And I just remember you were saying so much information. It was like but yeah, it was fun. And then other than that, for a while, we just didn't really talk much.
Mhm. Well, we didn't really see each other a lot. He worked the nights, and I worked the mornings. And
I saw you lots. It's just I didn't really talk to you.
You're a stalker.
Yeah, but yeah.
So when did you first start getting a crush on me at work?
I kind of I thought when I first met you, I was like, she's kind of cute. I'm like, I don't know if it would be a crush yet or anything, but I thought you were cute.
I was just cute, okay.
But yeah, it was fun. It was just once I got to know you more. Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, we rarely ever saw each other that much at work. Only spoke a little bit to each other, mostly just talking about you work on this while I work on that, or something like that. You stay in the fitting rooms while I put out clothing or something like that. And then
I remember a person, I won't say her name, but a person that worked with us. She was an older lady, not super old, but she's getting mad at me for being left in the fitting rooms, because she's like, I'm assigned to the fitting rooms. It's only the person that's assigned to the fitting rooms. She was getting mad at me for that.
That makes sense knowing her.
Yeah, but she doesn't work there anymore, so they're good. Or not for shit, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Everyone knows who that was.
I'm just looking at my phone because I got some questions and stuff like that we're gonna dive into. But I think we should get into some funny, I guess, first day stories. Those are always fun. So, what was your first day of high school?
Can you clarify? Because I technically went to two high schools. I used to live in Nova Scotia, and I went to one grade in that high school, then I moved out here in British Columbia, and then I started school in grade 10, obviously. So, which one? One out here or in Nova Scotia?
Like when you first entered a high school, like as a grade 8 or 9 or whatever you started.
Yeah, I was grade 9 in high school. It was weird because I didn't really have a goodish life out there. It was really weird. And like it was like the high school was in the middle of nowhere, so there wasn't anything like a mile away. Like here in British Columbia, I was gonna say Nova Scotia. Here in Nova Scotia, no. Like out here, the high school I used to go to, like it's like right next to a fast food place, and like I had to like walk like at least 20 minutes to get to like a little burger joint that was in my old high school, like one before I moved here. It was okay though, like since I knew everybody who was going to high school, like some of them were friends, some of them were not so much friends. But yeah, it was like any old kind of starting first day of school, just having to go to classes, learning new things. I wasn't nervous, of course. Who wasn't nervous about going to school? But yeah, I just got over it. I saw people who I knew, chatted with them, hung out with them. Yeah, it was okay. How about you?
Mine was interesting. So I started in grade 8 because we didn't do middle school. I went from elementary school, finished in grade 7, went into grade 8, and I remember it was very, very overwhelming for me because there's the leadership team. So as soon as we entered in there, they had balloons set up. They're like cheering. They're like high five, and like for me, I'm like,
that does not sound like Nova Scotia.
This is like very overwhelming. I mean, I get that they're trying to make you feel welcome, but it was very overwhelming that you're entering and there's these grade 11 and 12 students like, wow, like glad you're here, and like there's balloons, and I'm like, it's a good, nice gesture, but just for me personally, it was a bit overwhelming.
I'd feel very uncomfortable going to that school if that was my school. I'd be like, I'm just leaving. Nope.
But after we kind of got settled, we did some fun activities in a group with them, so that was fun. But
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. You know, you get to know your classes. And the nice thing was the grade 8s get together early. And it's just with the people in the leadership program. So not all the grade 11 and 12s are there yet. They come in noon, I think. Later in the day for just that first day. Which is nice. I think that's a good thing that they did, that they let the grade 8s get a couple hours by themselves. Or not by themselves, you know what I mean? With the spend time with the leadership.
That's cool. Getting to know each other and getting a little bit more acquainted with each other instead of feeling like strangers.
And they showed us around the school. I mean, obviously we had a tour before that, but then they showed us around the school again. And yes, it was just interesting.
Isn't every first day of school interesting? Like, doesn't matter what grade you're going to. It's always so weird. Yeah. Okay, cool. I can maybe share how when I first went to school at my last high school I went to before I graduated. Like I said, I moved here almost across Canada, and I didn't know anybody who went to this school, so I was extremely nervous. It was it was so weird going to a new school with people I've never met before. And I sat at this table because I had a little orientation for grade 10s. And I sat next to this table, actually these two kids. They're in my same grade, obviously. They're quote unquote nerds. One of them looked very nerdy. He had the braces and the glasses. No offense, I'm sorry. If you have braces and glasses, you're cool. But the stereotypical nerd look. But he was so nice though. He was really nice and he was really welcoming, and I also sat next to these other people, and we were chatting a bit. I was saying I'm new here, I've never been to this school before, and it was cool like that. And then I went to my classes obviously, and I was getting homework. Oh no, not homework yet. That was the first day of school. Right to work, no. Just chatting over things this is what's going to happen in the class and all normal things. And I was still very nervous though. It throughout high school. I think it just like the first week I was really still nervous, but it started running away. Cause I started going away, not wanting away. It started going away after that first week.
Did you make like friends with anyone right off the bat?
Yeah, like those two people I sat with, like we were just chatting. We have a little bit in common, and like I had like a group of friends that I started like getting to know, and like and we connected. And like also in my science class, I met this person who had become like one of my best friends in high school. Like after we graduated, we just stopped talking to each other, which made me sad, but that's okay. Life happens like that. Probably soon in my reunion. Anywho, yeah. But yeah, then we just started talking, and I formed a little group of friends, and yeah.
I met one guy just right off the bat. Like what I typically, and here's some advice for people in high school or anywhere if you're trying to make friends and you're kind of like a group environment. I used to do this at youth group at the church a lot. I would find the people who look like they're there by themselves, that look like they're alone. And I would just go up and talk to them. That's a good idea. That's smart. Like I would do that a lot at youth groups just to make everyone seem kind of welcome and stuff. And like, hi, I'm Logan. Are you fine? Like if I was a youth group, like, are you finding everything okay around here? Yeah. Especially if it was a big event at the church I go to or I used to go to. But yeah, so this guy, his name was John. We didn't become friends for very long, but just as we had just never talked really. But I remember I talked to him and like, what are you doing for lunch? He's like, I'm going to go over to Little Caesars. So it was pretty close to school, so we just went to Little Caesars. And then we met up with then this other girl just met up with us randomly. Never heard from her after that. We were supposed to hang out. Never happened. We were supposed to hang out for lunch, but we never made the plans to actually hang out. But she really liked photography and stuff. And we just did a walk, because we have like a little trail by our school, so we were just going on a walk with the group of us, like on our lunch break, which was very fun. But, yeah, it was just overall fun, I guess. If you notice that if you're listening to the podcast, it might be a little bit longer, and you might get points that you don't see on the video, just because of the camera stopping every once in a while. I think it just capped. I think it's 15 minutes because we're around the 17-minute mark. Oh, really? Already? Wow. Yeah. Time goes by fast. So, well, I mean, this is a little bit less, so it might have been closer. Like, yeah, true, because we started anyway. Anyways, so that's why you might miss some stuff, but we're learning. We're trying to figure it out. Yeah, first time. That's what we're doing. We're doing the first times, and this is our first time doing the podcast. Yeah, it's our first time. Kind of. I mean, I've tried podcasts before, but it was just on my computer, and I was just doing it through Discord and interviewing people, so it was easier to record, because this will like just record long periods of time on the laptop, but this cameras, they just will cap out eventually. So, yeah, we'll figure it out, and we'll learn. Yeah, we'll learn as we go. But, yeah, we'll see how it works out. This is part of the vibe. Vibe hour. The vibe hour. It's the vibe hour, right in the sign. Yeah, right there. Anyways, so let's get into next question. I think so. That kind of is like those first days of school. Now, what was your first day ever of working? Like at your actual job, I guess Walmart was your first job? Well, I had like a little side-ish job. Like it was just like counting ballots for like this local election thing. It was kind of boring. You get paid for that? Yeah, it was like $45. Oh. So it's not like a full-on like part-time job. It's just like one little gig. I'd say that would be a gig, not a job. Yeah, true. Well, my first day at Walmart, it was so long ago. I've been there for almost 3 years. In December, it'll be 3 years. Very sad, I know. I know. Well, I remember we had a different manager, and he just hoisted me upon this other random person that works in the department. Like, here you go, you help her. Because you know, like I think when you first started, you got a tour, right? Like from our department manager, right? Or was it me? Anywho, from fashion, it was you. True. From HR, I got a tour of the whole store. Right, yeah. So she showed me everywhere where everything was, and she's not there anymore.
Yeah, it was just really showing like where things go and stuff like that. Like over here is men's, over here is women's, over here is kids, like all this and that. I think that was really it. Like I think I was like shown how to like put clothes on racks, how to put like socks, underwear out. That was really it. I don't remember how long my shift was that day. And like back then, like that's when the fitting rooms were still closed off due to COVID. Like we still had to wear masks and things like that. And like we had to close, like we had like this it's called a PDQ, where we just have like this big box in the middle of the quote unquote action alley, where everything like it's in kind of displays in a way, like where like little things of underwear are just stacked up on this cardboard like shelving sort of thing.
I'll put a picture on the screen for
yeah, okay, thank you, because I can't describe anything. Yeah, it was just like blocked off by those PDQs. So, like, there was nothing in there. We used to keep, actually, the empty rolling racks in there.
Oh.
Yeah. Back when we had more than 2 fitting rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho. Yeah, that was really it. Nothing much. How about you?
My first day of work was very fun because my first job was at a grocery store.
No, really?
Up at a lake.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Summertime. I got a summertime job. And, the interview was super easy. I went in there. I told them that I'm living nearby at like an RV park, and they're you're hired. They're like, can you fog the mirror? And yep. And,
that was it. Just like right there. Okay. Yeah. You're hired. You start working right now.
Yeah. You're hired.
Wow.
They showed me around. They introduced me to a few people, which that was my first time ever having an experience like that. I've never had an experience like that after that, like where you just meet people like right after you're hired. But yeah, I got hired because I was living close by it, and they're kind of desperate. So they employ a lot of the kids over the summer that stay at that RV park. So I worked with a few girls work there that I did school with. So they were also staying at that RV park. It's pretty close. It's like an hour away from Kamloops shoe shop. So if you ever get a chance to go to shoe shop, definitely check it out. You can rent it. It's called Caravans West.
Cool.
Or you can buy a lot if you live close by like we did. And but yeah, it was fun because I got to bike to work. I biked to work, and then after work I would bike back to the RV park, and I just get to hop in the pool or go down to the lake.
That's cool.
Yeah, or go to the clubhouse and play some pool or something.
How long did you work at the superstore for? Not superstore, the grocery store for?
That's funny because it was a Loblaws affiliate.
Oh, it was? Oh, wow.
It's called Super Value.
Super Value. That's so fancy. How long did you work there for?
Just one summer.
Just one summer, like
from
for a few months?
July till like September 2nd. Like
for a few months. That's not too bad.
But I mean, it was arranged that it was going to be a summertime job. They knew I was leaving ahead of time, which most of their employees, because that's their busiest time of the year. They don't get very busy in the winter.
Yeah.
It's just locals in the winter, so they don't need obviously as much staff. Yeah. But I remember, I have a funny story of my my first shift. One of my first shifts.
I like where this is going.
Well, I have a few stories. One was one of my first shifts. We were going to the warehouse. You had to leave the store and go across the parking lot to our little warehouse. We were bringing back pop. So I remember that my manager was carrying some pop, and it opened and it broke, like cans broke everywhere.
No. Free pop, just lick it off the floor.
And my dad, since we're outside, my dad was biking by just to ask me what time I was off or something. Yeah. And it just broke everywhere. That wasn't the first time, that was not the last time Canis broke. We also, another funny story is we had, we saw there's liquor there also, alcohol there. And I was putting away alcohol, and it was like a big flat, but we sold them by like individual cans, or maybe they're like 4-packs or something. Whatever, it was a big pack of 4-packs. So I cut in to take the plastic off, and I go right in. It was one of those, those like nude, like the vodka, almost seltzer type thing. Oh yeah. It's like cucumber one. Yeah. And like I go, and it's got spray everywhere.
Just one can or all of them?
Just one can. It was a little bit embarrassing.
Oh, it happens.
I have lots of stories from there. And then another time, I was putting pop away in the cooler, and you have to go behind the cooler to stock it from behind.
Yeah.
And we have a fence there because it's right by where the liquor area is.
Oh.
And there's a lock because we keep the beer in there as well, like the overstocked beer. So that's why it has to be locked. So anyways, I'm in there. I have a key, luckily. But somebody locks it because they realize that they didn't see me because I'm on the other side of this cooler. So
you're locked in.
I thought I was panicking a little bit, but I ended up taking my key, putting my hand through the little fence, and awkwardly I unlocked it. But I was about to run through the emergency exit because I was like, what do I do in this situation? But yeah, and I talked to him about it. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know you were in there. But yeah, I just awkwardly had to... I'm surprised I could fit my hand through it's like one of those fences, you know, they have the little holes, like metal fence.
Oh, yeah.
So I put my hand through there, and it was hard, but I eventually got it unlocked. Nice. Luckily, I had a key. That would have been bad.
Oh, yeah, imagine if you didn't have a key.
I mean, how would I have gotten in there if I didn't have a key?
Yeah, that's true. You know, the door was just wide open.
Yeah, so that was fun. I wonder if they're wondering where Logan is.
Yeah, he's ranting about the working there at the superstore.
Super Value, yeah.
Super Value.
Yeah, those are my funny stories. I mean, I have other funny work stories, but I'm not going to get into them here.
That's going to take a long time.
I have some later on in the podcast series. I'll get into them. That's just because it's my current employer right now. I don't want to say too much.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Drum roll, please.
Okay.
Next question.
So those were first days. Let's talk about first dates.
Ooh. Should I talk about with you or the other guy?
I don't think we want to talk about the other guy.
No, we don't talk about Bruno. I'm talking about like the song, not about the guy.
Yes,
that's not his name. No. Anyway, our first date. Okay. Not our first time that we actually hung out, like after work and stuff. Our first date. I remember. I think we went to Boston Pizza, right, for our first date.
Yeah, we went for a walk up a trail by my house.
Yeah, and that's when I met Maya, your dog.
Yeah, we took Maya for a walk up by my house. Anyways, you can continue.
I remember you picked me up from the bus because I don't drive. Well, I did drive a bit, but don't have my full license yet. Anywho, yeah, he picked me up, and I think that's when I first met Maya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was so sweet. She's such a cute dog. Like, she'll probably come in here sometime in the next few podcasts. We might have her as a guest.
Yeah, she likes talking a lot.
Oh, yeah, she's very verbal. Anywho, yeah, we were just walking around, like you said. We walked on some trails, and then we dropped off Maya, and then I think we walked to Boston Pizza.
Yeah, and I think it's the first time you met my dad, too, I think.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, wasn't he, like, out in the garage?
Yeah, I think you met my dad. You didn't meet my mom yet.
Yeah, not yet, no.
I think she's working.
Yeah, I remember I met your dad first and then your mom.
Yeah, but we didn't go inside or anything.
No, we just quickly dropped off your dog. And then we walked to Boston Pizza, right?
Yeah, we went to Boston Pizza.
Yeah, and then we got some food, obviously. That's what you do when you're in a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. And then we had food. And then, like, when we were leaving, we were walking up the stairs, and I gave him, like, the worst first date kiss.
You're like,
it was so bad.
You're like, oh, one more thing, and then you're like... But, I mean, first kisses are usually pretty awkward.
Yeah, I was trying to do, like, you know, in the movie where, like, they're like, oh, I forgot something, and they just passionately kiss the person. That's what I was trying to do, but, like, it's, like, been a while since I've kissed somebody, and it was, like, ugh, very awkward. Then we had kissed later on, about 9, and it was better.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for the bus, or we were waiting for the bus to go home.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's way better. I think that was it, and then... Yeah, we just went for a walk and had food.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump reference right there. That's all I gotta say about that.
How about your first date? Like, is this about our first date or like first date ever?
Just best first date story.
Well, this was your best first date?
I would say so. It was more official than other first dates. Usually I'll go to the mall with them.
Well, that's not a date though. That's hanging out though. That's what I always think of like dates is actually just going to eat food and like going for a walk or seeing a
But I mean,
sort of like seeing a movie. But it's like it's good to get to know somebody on your first date.
Me and her were already dating.
Your other girlfriend or no? Not us. Like
No, like the other girlfriend.
Yeah.
My first ever date with a girl. Not first ever, but like well, yeah, I count as our first date because the first time I hung out with the girl was kind of awkward. So it's just at her house, and like we're like just watching some movies in her room.
That's awkward.
Then we had dinner with her parents. And
Ooh, you first met the parents before you even went on your first date. Oh gosh.
But yeah, my first ever date was actually go see Toy Story 4.
Nice.
I remember it was the same day. The morning I had to do my grade 11 exam.
Oh.
I had to do the provincial exam.
Oh, those ones are so hard. I don't know how bad I did on those.
No, sorry, it wasn't the provincial. It was one of those fundamental skills assessment things that didn't mean anything, but you had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Which was okay, so I went in and I did that. And then, yeah, we saw Toy Story 4, which is a good movie. Toy Story 3 is better.
But you get to know her, though. Like, that's more important, like, than, like, just watching the movie. Like, you guys actually, like, get to know somebody on your first date. That's an advice. Like, if you're planning on going on a first date with somebody, it's best to get to know them. Oh, my. You ignore that noise. But it's best to get to know somebody on your first date, or even, like, when you're just starting to hang out. Like, when we hung out, we were talking to each other. We were getting to know each other and stuff like that. Yeah, we just chatting, and then we went out to dates, and then we watched movies and all this and that.
But the thing is, with the other girl, we already liked each other, and we were talking at church or at the youth group, and but she wasn't allowed to date, so we had a bunch of months that we were just friends and talking.
Oh, that sucks.
So as soon as she was allowed to date, we just kind of just hopped into dating because we had that but we had that friendship for a few months.
That's good. Well, it's good to be friends first and then like dating. Like we weren't really that much of friends though when we first started dating. Like we were just getting acquainted with each other.
I mean, it's different when you're. I guess it's a little bit different when you're adults because you just kind of can just take it slow and kind of just jump into it. And I also didn't want to miss my opportunity.
With her or
with you?
With me? Okay. I was gonna say with her. I'm like, wow, okay.
But yeah. Anyways, let's see. I guess now that we're in the dating topic, we'll get into the dating questions and answers. Q&A, if you will. Not a Q&A.
Give it to me straight.
That'll be fun though if we get enough viewers and people watching.
Yeah, we can do like a live stream thing, maybe like.
Or even people just comment. Or they can follow me on my Instagram, which will be on the screen right in front of me. Yeah, I'll be somewhere around here. It only lets me take pictures using my phone.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah, we're still figuring this out though. I mean, I think your best way to listen to it is Spotify. The videos I think will be a little bit shorter. Just really try to figure this out. I love the video though. The video's kind of cool, but
yeah.
Anyways, ever had a dating mishap or funny misunderstanding that turned into a positive experience?
Ooh, that's a thinker.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I've had a lot of weird experiences, like not with dating, but like that's part of the thing. I don't know. I think like the weird mishap that turned into a positive was like me kissing you the first time.
Oh yeah.
And it went that was better after you kissed me.
That's
because that was really awkward when I kissed you. It was so bad. It was horrible.
That's true. I think that's the only really
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of, but I'm surprised I was able to find the answer because I was like so confused.
Oh yeah. Well, also we like both of us. I mean, I have a little more dating experience than her, but we both don't have that many stories.
Yeah.
Or at least not none that you can really think of. Because high school dating is kind of like what I did before, like, obviously when I was in high school. It's a lot different than adult dating.
Yeah.
I think it's just more meaningful in adult dating than
Yeah,
just a
because
fling.
you matured a bit. Because in high school you're still like learning things and your brains are still weird. No offense, but yeah, like you gain more maturity once you leave high school. I think like when you're in the real world and working and like getting those connections with people and stuff like that, then you start maturing, you get more responsibility and yeah, more like adults. After you graduate, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Actually, no, I want to do that one later. What was your first impression of me? Like when we started dating or when we first met and everything, like overall?
Well, when we first met, like at work, I was like, okay, he's just a guy that we really need because it was so short. We were so short staffed at Walmart, like
then we had
everywhere.
More.
Huh?
Then we had a little bit more though.
Yeah, like now it's so
more.
bad. Anywho, well, not so bad, but anywho.
A lot worse.
Anywho, yeah, when we first met, I thought, okay, cool, we have another person. He seems nice. And yeah, then when they got to know him more, that's proper English. Then I realized, okay, he's a really nice guy. I think it'd be cool to hang out with maybe and stuff like that. And yeah, I started opening up to you.
I thought you were cute, and then but I also always have that assumption that girls have boyfriends.
I never do.
I thought you had a boyfriend at the time, so I was awkward to, like,
I'm
talk
still
to you.
surprised about that you always thought I had a boyfriend. Like
I don't know, it's just an assumption I have.
How about you? Oh yeah, well obviously I know you just said that.
Anyways, I thought you were cute. I thought you had a boyfriend, but I thought that after a while, I'm like, I want to start talking to her. I think
I would have mentioned like, oh, I have a boyfriend and stuff like that. Like, I would have said like, yeah, me and my boyfriend are going to do this today or whatever or after work. You know, like. Sometimes I do announce that, like, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend do this, and like when I'm talking about you, obviously, not my other boyfriend.
Oh, yeah,
I shouldn't tell you about.
But I mean, there's a lot of girls and guys also that don't mention right off the bat that they live with her, especially in a work environment, because you don't think of it too much.
I don't think I mentioned you a lot, like as my boyfriend. I just say like, oh yeah, me and Logan are doing this or something like that. But like they know that like most of the people at Walmart know that we're dating. They don't really care because we're just floor workers. Like it's not like we're like on management and he's just a floor worker, so they don't care what we do.
Yeah.
They don't care.
You just can't be directly above them in the food chain, not food chain, but you know.
The food chain. I know what you mean though.
Okay, so that's like what you think of each other. Do you have any tips on making a good first impression on a date?
Ooh, I'd say think of some questions to ask them, so like it cuts the awkward silence. it's so painful when there's awkward silence in any situation. Like if you're like with like friends or like friends is what's worse if there's awkward silence. Like so they're your friends, it's supposed to be more talking and stuff. But yeah, I'd say like think of some questions. Don't think of it as an interview though.
Yeah.
Just say like, oh, do you like animals? Just like regular questions, like not really like nothing like gross, but just chatting.
Like
that's no. Anyway, yeah, just chat with them. Make sure you dress nicely. Don't just wear a sweatshirt and sweatpants. You know that's created a bad impression. Like I don't think they'll want to go out with you out like for a second date. If you're wearing like gross clothes, I think you looked nice on your first date.
I just wore like nice black pants, a polo shirt.
I think I wore like a nice sweater and jeans. I think like something like that, like not too fancy, like a dress or something like that. So no, just something casual, but nothing too sloppy. Obviously.
Dress to impress.
Yes, to impress the date.
And also, you have questions prepared, but not like you said, not like an interview. Not like my mom was telling me a story about her friend going on a date with the guy, and the guy literally had a piece of paper with questions on it. So,
oh my god.
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't do that. I'm joking.
I mean, I do have I was worried about it a little because I have the tendency to be like, like ask questions. But, yeah, don't over intimidate them. Other than that, be yourself. Just, be yourself, people will like you.
Yep.
Raleigh Jefferson said
Yeah.
that. What did you call him before?
Oh, I think it was Rowley Weasley or something
Raleigh
like that.
Weasley.
No, I think it was Ralph Weasley or
Ralph
something.
Weasley from Diary of a Kid.
That was horrible. I should have known better. It's been forever since I've seen the Diary of a Kid. Like forever, or read the books. But yeah, just like you said, be yourself and people will like you. And you just want to impress their date, because if you really like that person, then you should make a really good impression and not dress sloppy, or make sure you have some questions. Don't, like you said, bring paper and have questions already there. I think nothing too complicated either, just basic questions like, do you have any siblings, or what's your favorite food, or something, since you're at a restaurant, and it's kind of fitting. And yeah, just nothing too bad. Since it's just a first date, there shouldn't be that much pressure. Just should be casual and stuff.
Alright, what qualities do you value most in a partner?
Like qualities like, I'd say.
Wait, there's more to this question.
Okay.
What qualities do you value most in your partner, and how did these preferences shape your dating journey?
Fancy question. I like that you're so like goofy and giggly and stuff. I like whenever we're even like when we're in public or something, I just like to tickle him randomly and then he flinches and stuff. I think it's like cute. I don't think it's like not a trait. That's like something like I just like about him, and doesn't really shape it. I just keep doing it constantly. He's not annoyed by it as much anymore.
To quality.
Quality.
Yeah.
How about you think of one? Because I'm still kind of thinking about it.
I think what I value most in a partner, quality-wise, is, are they kind? Are they respectful? What are their intentions? And also, are they friendly to be around? And fun to be around, too. Like, I don't like people who are too super serious all the time. I mean, there's our serious moments, but I think people who are always like macho and serious, it's just not so much fun. But
yeah, what I said was definitely not a quality. Not quality. I should say like something that's cute about him. And yeah, like you said, like something is like somebody who respects you. Like that's really good quality in a relationship. Like. If they're just using you for something else, like, get out of the relationship fast, because they obviously don't care about you. They just care about one thing about you that is not, like, your personality or anything like that. Yeah, if they're really easy, like, not easygoing, like, if they're really, like, what's the word? Like, yeah, I think easygoing. I'm gonna say easygoing. Like, somebody who's really easy to talk to, and you have a lot of things in common with them. And yeah, communication is definitely key. Even though that's not a quality. Is it a quality?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's a quality because it's your channel, and I'm gonna shape the rules a bit. I'm gonna say communication is a quality. I think it is a quality. Yeah. Yeah. Communication is definitely a quality. If you're talking a lot, even if you have like a fight or something, and you talk about it and you work through it. Yeah, if you do a lot of things together, nothing, like, not gross, but nothing, like, weird, but just like actually going on dates and like spending time together, like that's really important.
Yeah, I also think that in a relationship, it should be like you're hanging out with your best friend.
Yeah, that's what I always feel like with you.
It's like, yeah, you're just hanging out with your best friend. Best friend that you'll kiss.
Yeah. No, I think it's like friends with benefits, like friends with benefits, not friends plural.
Friends with benefits, a lot of them.
All
over 100 of them.
No, you better not mean that.
No, of course I
know
do
you
not. I think we're gonna wrap this up pretty quickly. We're already at the 45-minute mark.
Wow, time flies when we're having fun.
Episode.
Wow.
Like I said earlier, I don't know what the video is gonna be like because of the stops. So if you want a full range podcast, start to finish, you can check it out on Spotify in the links below.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's going to do it for the podcast. I want to thank Tara for joining us.
Thanks for
today.
having me.
Feel free to leave some love in the comments for her. Alright, let's just eat her up.
Eat her up? Oh my gosh. Not that kind of podcast. But...
No, like, you know what I mean? Like when you get negative comments, they're like eating you alive.
Oh, okay.
And, like,
no cannibals here.
She'll get used to the
love.
TikTok. Not TikTok. Well, this might be on TikTok actually too. We might post little clips of it. They'll have to be short clips because you can't pull long length stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's gonna do it. Hope you guys liked it. Please like, subscribe if you like this. Also, if you're watching this on Spotify, feel free to follow the podcast and turn on notifications if that's an option of where you're seeing this. I don't know where it's going to be right now. Still trying to figure that out, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.